everyone, so it's the Unlikely Prepper here, and it is midnight, and I cannot believe that I'm even doing this video, but I couldn't even go to sleep without just speaking my piece. Apparently, there's a huge debate going on right now about the fact that I'm currently under martial law in Massachusetts, or so they claim. I don't think people really understand Massachusetts and its way of life. And I'm going to say this, and I have a feeling I'll probably some people will take offense to this, and I kind of hope that they do. I am surrounded by some of the biggest morons that have ever existed. Massachusetts is filled with some of the most entitled people ever. I'm sure that Southern people will agree with me on that. They have no common sense when it comes to being told that they can't do something, which is, I think, why people are freaking out so much, because they're being told that they cannot go outside right now. They had a week to prepare. If they didn't prepare, it's their own fault. It's not like we didn't know Monday that we had this storm coming. I went grocery shopping on Wednesday with full knowledge of what was happening. Wednesday. I refused to leave the house on Thursday, and I didn't leave the house today. For those of you who don't know what it is that they're claiming, Massachusetts has currently stated, our Governor Deval Patrick has said that after 4:00 p.m. today, there were to be no cars on the road. This does not include people who have to go to work, such as nurses, doctors, law enforcement, EMTs. Those who are allowed to be on the road are plows, EMTs, fire, police, necessary people who should be on the road. Otherwise, you can be fined $500 or up to a year in jail. They're up in arms about that, but here's the thing. Massachusetts is an area where you have to go big or go home with your threats, because people are that stupid. They don't get it. And they feel as though they won't do it to me. We have a state of emergency all the time when it comes to blizzards. They've done it before. They did it last winter. They did it many, many years. Local businesses don't care about state of emergency, and because of that, they put their employees at risk. And you're saying, well, just don't go to work. I worked in retail for 10, 12 years before I was laid off. I spent 9 of those years at Sally Beauty Supply. Yes, I'm flat out saying it. I was at Sally Beauty Supply, and they loved to tell us that we had to go to work in inclement weather or we would no longer have a job the next day. I was stuck in blizzards all the time because of this. Last winter, before I was let off, I spent 12 hours alone in a building. I had 4 customers all day long, and I was told I was not allowed to leave that building. I had a coworker who got in a car accident attempting to get to work. I had everyone else call out on me, and I was stuck alone at the building. Also, I didn't have any keys to close that building up. I was stuck alone, and I was told that if I closed up and left early for my safety, that I should come and collect my check the next day because I would no longer have a job with the company. That's how they are up here. That's not just Sally Beauty Supply, though they are like that. There are many businesses like that up here. I have a friend whose husband is currently at work right now. They told him that he was supposed to come in at work and be to work for 3:30 before the band started, and he is to leave when they tell him to around noon tomorrow morning. He is working all night. Now, is he an EMT? No. Is he working the call lines at some emergency center? No. He works for a life insurance company, and he is filing paperwork right now. But they told him that if he did not go to work, if he tried to call in sick, if he had tried to call in and say that he wasn't allowed to be on the roads, that he should clean his desk out on Monday. Okay? This is what it is like up here. Businesses don't care. People in the Midwest and the South don't get it, because I saw the South. They closed down for things. We had a hailstorm in South Carolina and the entire state shut down. Massachusetts doesn't care about any of that. So this is for the safety of other people, and also because there are so many people who think that it's cool right now to drive to Walmart and pick up a package of waffles because they're bored or they want to get a DVD. This is how they are. And they will go ahead and they will end up in a snowbank, and it'll be my money that comes out that has to have them pull them out of an embankment. Not only that, but because the crew was there, the plows couldn't properly plow the area that they were in, thus causing more of a problem and holding things up. It's already taking millions of dollars to keep Massachusetts clear just on doing the plowing and putting sand and salt down. Okay? Let's not up that because we needed to have crews out there taking care of reckless drivers. Because I'm telling you, they get in an SUV and they think that they're in a Hummer. They just drive however they feel like, and they don't think about the way that they're driving, and they just go on their merry way. That's how it is up here. So you have to give them an ultimatum like a year in prison or $500 fine. That's just how it is. Now, do I really think that there are going to be people who, if they were trying to drive themselves to the hospital, they got a year in prison? No. I don't think that that's how they're going to do it, and I don't think that there's any judge who would actually be willing to prosecute somebody on that. That's just insane. However, if somebody went ahead and decided to go joyriding and decided to do donuts and they got themselves in trouble, I'm kind of okay with it, because let's thin out the stupid herd that's here. Okay? So I want people to understand my take on this as a Massachusetts resident who's lived here for 27 years and seen 27 years of storms and stupidity and things that go on. It is necessary. It's not an infringement on our rights. It's not martial law. They're not taking away everything from me. It's telling people to get off the roads, because they will not. They don't care, okay? I don't know how much more to stress that in how little people care around here. And I'm also surrounded by immigrants who don't know how to drive in snow because last year they were in Mexico or Puerto Rico. Okay? They're not made for this kind of weather. And they think that driving in snow is no big deal because they've never done it before. Okay? Few people understand what we're truly going through right now. I will go ahead and try to do another video of how bad it is outside, okay? I am uploading, and I've uploaded 3. I did one at 11 a.m., I did one at 6 p.m., and I did one at 9 p.m. The one I did at 9 p.m., it physically hurt to be outside. I had to put on more makeup than you can even imagine to cover the redness that's on my face because I have windburn all down the side of my face. I have no glasses because my glasses are completely encrusted with ice, and I'm attempting to de-ice them right now on a heater. It is bad out there. If you don't believe me, try to watch some more videos of how bad it is. It's not just a snowstorm. There are 35 to 45 mile an hour winds out there. I say 35 miles an hour is what they've been telling us is around here. In my park, it's nothing but wind tunnels, so it's actually closer to 45. The way that the streets are constructed and how thin they are around here, because we have very thin streets in the area I am, which is mostly farming country. They're very narrow roads, and there's one whole section of town that doesn't have any lights. There are no street lights. You can't see, the wind is whipping, it'll knock your car off the road. It's how it is right now. So, yes, I feel like this rant was necessary because I can't even tell you how many people are on Facebook and messaging me and telling me that I can't believe that you're putting up with this, that you're under martial law, and you're putting up with this, and that you're okay with this. And they're putting up all these pictures and postings of Massachusetts taking away all of our rights. It's 2 or 3 days. calm down. And if you haven't noticed, there are some people in Massachusetts who are a little upset about this, and they're probably the idiots that I'm talking about who want to go buy a DVD right now. But a lot of us are very happy about this situation because it means that employers can't force them to go to work because they don't have to go out there because they were going to be told that they have to go out there. Those of the people out there who are complaining about this probably had a stupid idea in mind and planned out going somewhere and now can't. And they needed to be told that they couldn't go out. And I know there are going to be plenty of people who say, if you're going to be stupid enough to go out there and you're going to get yourself stuck and you're going to get yourself in trouble, then you deserve it. But at the end of the day, they do have to send rescue crews out after them so that they don't freeze to death in their cars. And if we did just let them freeze to death in their cars, do you know how much of an uproar there would be that Massachusetts let citizens die on the side of the road? So there was no winning in this. The only thing that they could do was tell people to get off the roads. And I hope that some of you can at least understand where I'm coming from on this, because it's hard to understand that Massachusetts is like this if you live in Tennessee or Oregon or, you're somewhere in Texas and you don't see this kind of weather. And even if you claim that you have seen this kind of weather, you haven't seen Massachusetts. If you haven't taken a look at a listing, Massachusetts and Rhode Island are some of the highest ranked as worst drivers in the country. So go ahead and take the worst drivers in the country, go ahead and mix 3 feet of snow and plows being out on the road and everything else that's going on right now. It's a disaster scenario. Okay? So you're welcome to yell at me down below. Go for it. Yell at me all you want. You're welcome to go on my Facebook and tell me I'm an idiot. Go for it. I'm fine with it. Trust me. I've been called worse. I was called a maggot for a year of my life, so you can't call me anything worse. But that's how it is here right now. I will try to put up everything else that I can. I've been posting on Facebook, so if you haven't friended me yet, please do. Go ahead. I haven't denied a single person yet. You're welcome to just friend me on there. I will keep you updated on everything that I have going on, pictures, anything that I happen to have, I will go ahead and post up there. I've been slacking on Instagram, but I'll go ahead and try to throw some stuff on Instagram, even though it's kind of dark for me to take pictures right now. I will try to do at least one more video so you can see what it looks like outside. Everything that I've been doing has kind of been by street light, but I'm going to try to go towards the back of my house and do a video of out there with a couple of flashlights and hope that you can see it. Light's been flickering. I've lost power twice, but it's been less than 30 seconds. So, that's how things are going here, but otherwise, hanging in there. Haven't had really any issues. Normal, obviously not running out of food, nothing like that. So otherwise, things are okay here. I'll try to keep putting up as many pictures and videos as I can so that you get a scale and scope of what it is that's really going on while it's here. And like I said on my previous video, I wanted to try to do like a board in the snow to show what the actual snowfall is. The drifts are so bad around here with the way that the wind is just whipping through the houses. There are sections where it's literally 2 inches of snow, and then 2 feet away it's 5 feet high. So there's no way I was going to get an accurate amount. Check the Weather Channel, they'll tell you how much snowfall it actually is, but I'm going to say that it's probably about 3 inches an hour. Thereabouts. I think. Like I said, I've been out there 3 times shoveling. I gave up on my driveway. I don't even care. As long as I can get in and out the door, that's all that I care about right now. I Actually, I can hear him out right now, the guy that's plowing our streets, who is a resident here in our park. He has been amazingly good with keeping up with it, but in the process, I have snowbanks about 5 feet high at the end of my driveway, and I don't even want to think about it right now because my shoulder hurts so much from shoveling, and because my face hurts from shoveling. So, I hope that the rest of you that are in New England are faring as well as we are. Please let me know how you're doing. If you are from the area and you have a YouTube channel, or just send me a thing on Facebook letting me know that you're a New Englander currently going through this, and I'll share pictures with you and see how we're doing, and we'll commiserate about how much we don't like Nemo right now. So, that's my piece. At 12:08, I am signing off to try to do more videos for all of you. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Unlikely Prepper out.